That was just a good win. It was a good win. What more can I say? That was a good win by the Sixers. 103-94. Beat the Jazz at home. Improved to 10-0 on the season in the Wells Fargo Center. They basically led the entire game. There was not I don't think there was a time that the Sixers were down. The Jazz started to cut it a little bit closer towards the end. Embiid had 5 fouls. Like, at the end of the third, all of the fourth. So Gobert had 27 points. Look, Gobert is not an offensive player by any means, and yesterday was a fluke. It was definitely a fluke. I mean, the dude doesn't average over, 14 points per game? And then yesterday he has 22 because Embiid, or 27, and most of them were, at the end of the game, just random dunks. The Jazz already lost, and Embiid had 5 fouls. He's a good shot blocker. He's a great defender, don't get me wrong. He's the 2-time Defensive Player of the Year for a reason, but he is not a good offensive center. Embiid, by the way, had 16 points, 11 rebounds. He did what he had to do. Wasn't the greatest night from Embiid, and all these haters are saying, oh, well, he only had 16 points against, Rudy Gobert. Well, where were all you haters when he had, good games? Where was everybody the last 3 games when Joel Embiid was going off? Where were they? Man, I swear, people love to hate on Joel Embiid. It's actually a shame. Like, they're gonna regret hating on Joel. They are, because he's a great basketball player. He's a top 3 center in the league. I still think he's the best personally. People just don't like the guy. Players don't like him. Fans don't like him. And it's because he, one, gets in their head and he abuses them. That's why the whole thing with Drummond is, oh, real estate, hashtag real estate, because he gets in their heads and then it affects their game. People got to realize that Joel Embiid is a once-in-a-lifetime talent. And he's a great basketball player as it is right now. And I love Joel. Joel's my favorite player on the Sixers. I have Joel's back no matter what happens. I have everybody's back, but especially Embiid's. Easily. Tobias, very good game. 26 points, 9 rebounds. He came up very big in the fourth quarter yet again. He came up very big, and he's been really good in the second half of these games, and especially in the fourth quarter. He really has been, and I'm really, I'm happy that Tobias is out of that slump that he had, because, man, that was awful, by the way. That was the worst. That was as bad as Reese Hoskins during the Philly season. Horford, very efficient game. 17 points, 5 assists, 8 rebounds, and he also grabbed his 5,000th career defensive rebound. He couldn't miss. He was lighting it up from 3 in the first half. And he really did get the lead. We were up by like 20 most of the game. He did very good. Al Horford is starting to fit better with Joel Embiid, and look, it's going to happen. We are 21 games into the season. The starting 5 has played less than 10 because Richardson did not play again last night they're being cautious, and I understand that because they obviously don't want him out longer than he should. I understand that. But the starting 5, Ben, Joel, Horford, Tobias, and Richardson, have not played over 10 games of the season. So people got to relax just a little bit. They just got to relax and just wait. Just wait. Just be patient. Because during the playoffs, when all these guys are healthy, it's going to be something to see. It really is. I can't wait until the playoffs. Like, this regular season stuff, it's fun and all going to these games and seeing the players and seeing the team. But I want the playoffs, and I want to get into a championship run. I want to be on Broad Street come June while Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons are holding up that trophy. I want to see it. Ben Simmons continues to be a defensive he's monster. He's becoming a defensive beast. He's first in the NBA in total steals. He's second in the NBA in steals per game. And he added 4 yesterday. 14 points, 9 assists, 8 rebounds, and 4 steals for Ben Simmons last night. In the game against the Pacers, 3 steals in 38 seconds. Off the inbounds, too. And he also did it against the Knicks. Ben Simmons, yes, he doesn't shoot the ball still, and it does bother me. Don't get me wrong. It bothers me that Ben Simmons does not shoot the basketball, even though I know that he can. You know, it might not be the greatest looking jump shot, but if it goes in, then I want him to shoot it. I don't really care if it goes in or not. I want him to shoot it. But his defense has really, it's making up for a lot of his, little mistakes here and there on the offensive side, because his defense is unreal. Furkan had 7 points. He actually got benched to start the second half by Matisse, who was really killing it out there yesterday. Matisse had 9 points, 2 assists, 1 rebounds, and 3 steals. When he came into the game, you just felt it shift. And when the kid plays more than 12 minutes a game, the Sixers only have 1 loss. They only have 1 loss when the kid plays more than 12 minutes. Play him more. I'd rather see him out there than Furkan, because Furkan bothers me. He really does. His defense bothers me more than anything that happens on that court. It bothers me more than Ben shooting. It bothers me more than Richardson not even being out there. It bothers me more than, Joel shooting or having a bad shooting night against Gasol. Well, I mean, that really actually did bother me. I mean, he scored 0 points. But we do have a rematch on Sunday in the Wells Fargo Center. We'll see how it goes this time. Hopefully, he can drop a nice 30-piece on Gasol. I'm tired of seeing all these comments. Oh, Gasol is Joel's dad. Oh, it must be nice to have his son, be a good NBA player. Talking about Gasol and Embiid. Like, come on. Gasol's a great defender. He's a defensive player of the year. No excuse for Joel to have 0 points, but come on. Cut the guy some slack. Like, people just love to hate Embiid. It really makes me it really does annoy me to an extent. It really does. Raul Neto had he had a terrible night. 1 of 7 shooting, 3 points, and he was -10. Him and Ennis were the only people in the negatives, but Ennis had 8 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 steals. And he's the next guy up off the bench. 27 minutes yesterday for James Ennis. And I do like him, and he's a lot better defensively than Furkan and Neto. I like James Ennis, and I like that he is getting the run that he's getting. Mike Scott continues his little bit of a struggle sort of thing. 3 points, 1 of 4 shooting. He's been struggling a little bit from the 3-point line. But, what are you going to do? He's a shooter. He'll shoot his way out of it eventually. And he's not going to go anywhere. Nobody's going to trade for him. The Sixers really he's going to be a Sixer probably for the rest of his career, if we're being honest. He's a Philly guy. Everybody loves him. And he's not going anywhere anytime soon. He's already signed for 2 years. I would be shocked if they traded him. I really would be. And it would actually make me kind of upset. But, look, we're talking about the now. And the Sixers beat the Jazz. And it was a good win. Donovan Mitchell shot the ball probably almost 30 times. Bogdanovich had 5 points. And, what's his name? One of their shooting guards, I forget his name. He fouled out. He had 4 points. It was Royce O'Neal or something like that. I don't know. He's obviously not that good. He had 4 points in 32 minutes. Bogdanovich had 8 or 5 points or something like that in 38. That's obviously not efficient. I mean, come on. They're shooting awful. These guys, that's awful. And we took advantage, and we beat them. And now we improved to 15-6 on the season. We've won a lot. We've won 8 8 of our last 9 or 9 of our last 10 or something like that. And we play the Wizards on Thursday in Washington. We have struggled there in the past few years. We're actually on a losing streak in Washington, and it's always like it's always pretty hard to play in Washington for some reason for teams. They are a good home team, just like the Sixers, but the Sixers are actually like a good basketball team. So I wouldn't be shocked if they lost. They should win, definitely. Don't get me wrong. I want them to win. But I wouldn't be like 100% shocked. Like, oh my God, like fire Brett Brown, bench Joel Embiid, bench Ben Simmons, Tobias sucks. Like, I'm not going to be one of those guys. Just because we struggle there. Clearly we struggle there. But we should win. We should win. We're the better team. We are. Easily. That's it for this video. Sixers win 103-94, improved to 15-6 on the season. Plays the Wizards on Thursday night in Washington. Tobias Harris led all scorers, 26 points, 9 rebounds. Horford grabbed his 5,000th career defensive rebound, finished with 17 points. Ben had 4 steals, 14 points. Embiid, 16 points, 11 rebounds. Tybal got some good minutes yesterday, good run, 9 points, 3 steals. And that's it for this video. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Let's work on that subscriber, count. Let's move that up a little bit. Let's move it up. Shout out this video. And something good will happen. It's the season of giving. I'll make sure. I'm going to try. I'll try to get you something if you shout out this video. But that's it for this video. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and I'm out. Peace.